One of the biggest challenges when teaching adult beginner piano students is that they don't want to sound like a beginner. Most likely, their idea of themselves playing the piano, when they picture it in their own head, is them playing an impressive piece for friends and family, or really artistically getting to play a piece that they've dreamt of playing for a long time, or decompressing at the end of a long day with a beautiful piece that they feel like they can connect with. Unfortunately, most elementary piano pieces don't allow the opportunity for that kind of expression-filled and artistic playing. It can be really discouraging and defeating for our students when we give them music that makes them sound like a beginner because they are a beginner, and in turn, it can make us feel discouraged and defeated as the piano teacher when we know that our students are not enjoying or connecting with what we're giving them. The ideal solution would be for our students to have the opportunity to play pieces that are beginner level, but make them sound far more mature than their actual playing level is at. Compose Create's In Beautiful Places series was written to solve this problem. They are elementary level pieces that are pedagogically sound, but they allow students to play with artistic expression and with sounds that make them sound a lot more mature at the piano than their level actually is at. The benefit of this, besides the fact that your student is super excited to be playing pieces that make them sound like a real pianist, is that they're getting the opportunity to learn how to paint a picture with their tone and their technique, and how to play with that artistic connection that will carry them through the rest of their piano playing. The note values and the patterns in these pieces are at an elementary level and can be easily taught by rote or by students reading to make sure that students are understanding the theory and the technique behind what they're playing, but they do sound mature enough to play for a church service or a piano recital or for family and friends who are asking how lessons are going without them feeling like, oh, I don't know that I'm quite there where I feel like I can share a piece with people yet because it just doesn't sound good enough. If you're unfamiliar with the In Beautiful Places pieces, let me walk you through them. In Millers Meadow is really descriptive of what the piece sounds like. If you've ever been to a wild meadow, then you know the peacefulness and stillness of that type of place, where it's not silent. You can hear birds and bugs and the wind through the grass, but it's very peaceful. This piece really allows students to connect emotionally with painting a picture of that piece. By the Blue-Green Bay does a lovely job of depicting the more still and melancholy feeling of a bay. You can feel the movement of the waves, but it's definitely calmer than the ocean. There's a depth to the sound in this piece thanks to the fifths being played in that lower register in the left hand, which adds a much bigger feeling to the overall sound. Prairie Creek Sunrise is my favorite piece from this series because it sounds just like a slow rise coming over the horizon looks. The rising notes in the beginning really paint a picture of the sunrise, and as the song builds, you can imagine birds chirping and the prairie waking up along with the sun. It's a really wonderful opportunity for students to learn how to see a picture in their mind's eye and then paint that picture for the listener with their tone. On Hedgehog Trail is reminiscent of taking a walk, And what I love about it is that it makes me think of taking a walk with a small child. They want to stop and look at things along the way. They want to watch squirrels running up trees and look at every flower, even if it's the same type that's been along the trail the whole time. The piece is leisurely in speed, but it's intentional and allows students to play intentionally and with each step of that walk at the front of their mind. If your adult beginner piano students would feel encouraged with mature, beautiful music, you can find out more about these pieces, see sample pages, and hear them in their entirety at composecreate.com/inbeautifulplaces.